Living alcohol-free 6 months happens for me this weekend. And I wanted to come on here and talk about that a little bit. I had done other things like Whole30, Dry January, another program I do every 6 weeks or so for about 5 years is called Whole Life Challenge. Um, all of these things for me, a big highlight that came through them was my relationship with alcohol. And actually, as a health and wellness coach first, now life coach, going through two schools, when you go through those coaching programs, there is a lot of inner work that's done. And it's another thing that came up for me as of late, especially was my relationship with alcohol. And was it serving me, and how was it serving me? Um, I didn't have like a hit rock bottom situation. All my relationships are great and intact in my life. All things I'm so fortunate for. My friendships are wonderful. Friends, family still drink. And I hold no judgment. I mean, I bring my mocktails in my Yeti cooler and I'm prepared. And that was part of this last 6 months for me is figuring out how to navigate life without alcohol and still have fun, still unwind at the end of the day. Um, but for me, what I learned was I learned many things, but a big one that I didn't know was hanxiety was a thing. So I had a tendency to worry as a kiddo, and I worked on that. Um, but adding alcohol to the mix did create some anxiety, and that happens to a lot of people. Um, Also, like the health and wellness piece for me, I just wanted to see what life was without it, and so far so great. I'm gonna post on my website the resources I used along the way, a few different groups. Um, I also have made new friends along the way, and that's been a real treat. I didn't know that was going to happen. Um, but the big thing for me is I listened to my inner voice, and I sought out ways of changing my relationship with alcohol. And um, I was sick of this shadow that it was causing in my life. I was wanting, what I mean by the shadow was I would do all this wellness work, and yet I'd still have the relationship with alcohol thing pop up. And when you do listen to your voice, and if you're listening to this and it's coming up for you, like, I wonder what that means. I wonder what that would mean for me. I invite you to reach out. I'm going to include this as part of my coaching now. I think it's really incredible what has happened. And um, I learned so much on the way. Before I started the 30-day experiment, I did a deep dive on what the offerings were out there for support. And um, I did a lot of homework on it. So I'm going to include that in my research as well tab on my website. And I can help you along the way. We could figure out what your path could be, what it could look like. Um, so on this night, when we look back, when I look back at my LAF journey so far, 6 months felt like a pretty far way last July on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, when I decided to take a take a leap and change my relationship with alcohol and stop drinking. And really, it's been awesome. And on that note, cheers with my mocktail, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great weekend.